We are back for another day. It is a much nicer, much warmer morning, and we're gonna try to get the inside of this beauty cleaned up. I think so. Good morning, Jerry. The question is, which dozer do you want?
I might try to just run all three of them.
I was gonna at least get whichever one you wanted warmed up for you.
I know. That's nice. You got an option to pick from, though. What about, you know, if I'm going to be spreading that stuff up on top somewhat, the old A50P would hold up better, wouldn't it?
I had a feeling you might choose the B. It was just a hunch, Jerry.
It's below or above freezing, so
it's supposed to be a nice day. It's supposed to get up to almost 60 today.
Yes.
All right. I think she's fueled up. We'll get her fired up and ready to go. Well, let's see if this thing will warm up for you this morning, Jerry.
Hey, you want to check it first? You think we're all right, probably, reckon?
Oh, you know what? Let's do that just to be safe. We've been running her pretty hard the last couple days. Mr. Responsible over there. This thing's only got 400 hours on an oil change. Needs to be changed. Look at that. Still almost right on the full mark. This ain't not using any oil at all. Some days I wonder what it runs on. I don't know how I use any fuel either. Or antifreeze. All right. Fire and hole. I missed it, but that is old school right there. Jerry was using the exhaust off the 850 to warm up his earplugs before we put them in his ears. So, all right, I think Jerry and I kind of got a plan. I'll explain it to you a little bit as we're going, but this stump is right in the way of our plans. So first things first, I'm gonna dig this stump out, then we're gonna swing around and work on the pond. So let's see if we can get this thing pried up out of here. And we're gonna get lucky and this thing's popped right up out of the ground. Come on, baby. I don't know if you guys can hear the old 850B back here. That thing is cold nature. Needs a good iron warm up before it takes off. Oh yeah. It wants to come. Come on, baby. Throw this over here and let Jerry take her off to the woods. And there it goes. All right, let me just kind of show you the plan here for this morning. So yesterday, Jerry kind of got that pretty much roughed in or finished up through there. The problem we got, and I shouldn't say it's the problem, I've said this from the beginning from all the test holes we dug, is the rock is relatively shallow up there. That's why we didn't push the dam back any farther than what we did. We want to leave a little bit of clay on top of the rock to make sure it's sealed up. We can't build the dam any higher because we're limited on how high we can raise the water table because of the septic. So that has stayed relatively shallow up there. Looking probably 6 foot average, maybe a little bit less to be honest with you. So what we want to do on this side of the pond is make sure we at least got a deep hole. We're going to call a deep hole 8 to 10 feet, somewhere in there. Down the very bottom of that, we are about 10 foot deep, but it's not for a very big area. And this is where we got that knot of just absolutely horrible, horrible, horrible dirt. So what we're going to try to do this morning is gain some depth right here and try to get this whole area right here to average somewhere around 8 or 9 feet. So at least the pond's got a deep area in it for some fish and for swimming and stuff like that. This is going to look beautiful when it's filled up. It's just not going to have a whole lot of depth to it. It kind of is what it is. Everybody knew that going into it. So we can't get the dozer in here to do anything with this because it's so nasty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in here with the excavator, kind of start bailing this stuff up out of here, and hopefully once we get it up there on top, we can do something with it and go from there. So let's start digging some dirt. I don't know what the deal is with this dirt. This is some of the nastiest stuff I think I have ever seen. And it is deep. Deep. It's just all right here in this one spot. I'm gonna try to get it thrown up behind us here, get it out of the pond. Once we get it out of the pond, we can deal with it then and gain some depth right here in this one spot. But Jerry was gonna help me with the dozer, and I told him, I said, I don't think it's worth trying to get that dozer stuck, so he's gonna go over there and start working on sculpting that bank. Well, I'm kind of getting this here dug off. We'll figure out what we're gonna do with her. But yeah, it is nasty stuff. This is where this Volvo really shines over the old 120. It's just sitting here, just moving dirt, swinging yardages. This particular job right here, I wish I had a bigger traco. Yeah, it'd be nice. Down there digging that keyway in that slop hole mud, I'm glad I had what I had, to be honest with you. So it's a give and take. It's a given. Well, Jerry and I kind of got us a little bit of system going here. All I got to where I can throw this up and around. Most of this still is all absolute crap dirt. Jerry is carrying it up there, and he's been able to bring some good dirt across. We kind of mixing it together and kind of filling it up there. We can still use a little bit of dirt. We didn't want to get too carried away that first thing, get too much up there for this particular reason here. Now we got a spot to go with this dirt, mix it together and kind of make something out of it. But we about got, whoops, can you guys see? About got the first pass back out of here. I don't know, you guys can see right there, we probably gained 4.5, 5 feet of depth, pretty easy. I did eventually get through that dirt, but man, it is deep and it is nasty. Nasty. But this is the end of the pond. It's gonna have their beach on it, so if nothing else, they'll have a nice little swimming hole in the deep area here, and the rest of it is what it is. So I'll keep on tossing back. I'd love to get up on top of that pile and do it, but I don't know if it'll hold me up. Show you guys from this perspective a little bit. We got that first little ridge knocked out of there, got it piled up on top. Jerry's kind of carrying it off. Basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back down in here and set over. We're going to pull this section out, do the same thing. We may take that dirt and go the other way. Not 100% for sure yet, but I'll set you guys up here and let you watch. We're definitely gained some depth there. Definitely need to gain some more depth up here, but man, there's a lot of water in this ground. A lot of water in this ground. Hope there'll be more after this thing fills up. Well, I set you guys up for an awesome time lapse right here, and I guess as soon as I turned my back on the camera, it fell over, and you got a picture of birds flying over. So sorry about that, but check that out. We did get the majority of that dug out. We got some pretty good depth right there. I'd say we're every bit of 8 feet deep. I'll check with the laser here in a little bit. While Jerry's taking the dozer and kind of getting caught up, getting some of that pushed back, I'm gonna hop in the excavator, go over here. We're gonna kind of work on that edge where the bank transitions into the pond. We want to steepen that up a little bit, and we got the opposite problem over here. Is what we got over here is it's just harder than heck. It's really hard dirt. So I'm gonna take the traco, just kind of dig a notch around there and throw it up. so Jerry can take some of that good dry dirt and put it on top of that nasty wet dirt we dug out. We'll eventually have to come back over here with the machine and pull that back a little bit more for Jerry, but as you guys can see, the knot is gone. Got some pretty good depth in there. That's gonna be a nice little section of the pond. So got a few flags we put around there yesterday, kind of marking the water level. So we'll use that as a guide and kind of notch our way in there. All right, I'll try to explain here a little bit what I'm doing and why we do it. So if you guys see this flag right there, that marks the water level. I'm trying to increase the angle of the bank going down into the water. If you can get that to be a pretty steep bank and you can gain about 2 feet of water depth rather quickly, it keeps the cattails and the lily pads and all the water plants around here we have that take over ponds. It makes it a lot easier for the homeowner to maintain the pond and keep unwanted things from taking it over. Let's put it that way. I'm sure some of you guys are going to comment on some fish species and all that other stuff, and I get that'll work too, but this works really well. If you look over here, you see another flag out there. See how gradual it goes down in there? Well, that gives a place for all that stuff to start growing. So normally we cut this out with a dozer, but this is so hard right here. I think it's just gonna be just about as easy to throw it up here on the bank with the machine. And then we'll come back in here and we'll just come back in here and kind of carve that out with the dozer and kind of shape it up and make it nice. This dirt is just so inconsistent. Right here it's harder as can be. You get over here 20 feet and then you're back into another mud hole. I get that up there on top. This is better, drier dirt. Jerry will be able to take this and push it up there on top of all that mud, kind of mix it all together and get it stable enough we can kind of get it finished. So that's the ultimate plan. Got a good little section there started. I think now that I got a place to go with the dirt, I may fire the J up, come over here and see if we can't dig it out a little faster with the corner bit than what it would be with this machine. But Jerry's pretty much caught up with me over there. I'm gonna go back and throw a little more dirt back for him, keep him going, and maybe we'll hop in the other dozer for a little bit. We just about got Mud Central cleaned out. Let me tell you, this corner has been a fuel sucking, aggravating pain in the butt. I don't know what it is about the dirt right here or the ground or what, but it has not been any fun at all. But we pretty much got everything up out of the pond. Now it's just a matter of kind of getting our mess cleaned up here. It's been a challenge, but nobody's got stuck and we just about got it. I don't even know how that dozer's even going through there. I about buried the track a while ago. right, Jerry and I just grabbed us a quick lunch. It's a squeaky old door. I'm gonna drop in the J here. We're gonna go over on that far side, see if we can do a little bit of good over on that drier dirt, maybe get some of that drier stuff to mix with this wetter stuff, and get something to work for us. I think this quite possibly may be one of the wettest, nastiest holes I've tried to build a pond or a lake in a while. I can think of one other that was just about this bad, and that was before I was doing YouTube. I don't know if this dog is going to go through here while pushing dirt. Nobody watch what I'm doing. Come on, baby. That was just soft and just nasty. Let's get over here and some good dirt. Alright, I got my flag up there on the bank. I'm gonna kind of just come in here in the corner bit. Take a little bit of this out of here. Nice working this little better dirt compared to what we had over there. Man, oh man, out that. There's kind of the roughed in profile, guys. Got the ground level kind of sloping down, drops pretty significantly for about 4 feet, and then kind of levels off and slowly drops to about 6 feet deep out there in the middle. We'll come back with the D4 and kind of contour that in and kind of finish it up a little bit better. Been pushing that up, dirt up. Jerry's been pushing it across. I think that's pretty much got the majority of it hogged out. I think I'm going to hop on the D4 and we're going to try to run the inside of the dam. Once we get the inside of the dam ran, then we'll just kind of take out any big dirt clods or whatever we got down here in the bottom. That's kind of the main goal. They're calling for a whole bunch of rain again tomorrow, so if we just get the inside of the dam and the bottom cleaned up, even if we got piles of dirt laying up on the bank, the rain's just going to postpone us. It's not going to really hurt us, and that's kind of the goal, because we got to get it up out of this hole so it'll dry a little bit. This one here has gave me a few gray hairs, if I don't say so myself. It's been a good one. Look at that. 999.9 hours. We're getting ready to lose value. It's going over 1,000. There it is. 1,000 hours. I think that means this engine's got about 60 hours on it, and we've put about 54 hours on it. No problem, it's been doing good. Hopefully we got about 10, 12,000 more of those hours with no problem. While Jerry's over there kind of finishing up what we had going on there, I'm going to try to take the D4 and just kind of contour the inside of this slope, clean it up a little bit. The problem is it's just a little bit slimy, and hopefully we don't end up sliding down into the pond here. Good news, I don't have water in it, so see what happens. there it is, guys. Got the inside of the dam. It actually looks really good for what it is. This has got to be one of the most aggravating holes I have ever built a pond in. Over there, it's so wet you can't even walk. Over here, it's so hard you can't even cut. There's just random water coming out of the ground everywhere, so it's not as pretty as I'd like for it to be, but honestly, it looks a lot better than what it should. Jerry's gonna kind of run in the backside here with the 850 and clean up what he can on the flat. I don't want to get the big dozer on the slope anymore. He's just gonna try to back drag as many ruts out as he can. I'm gonna run the backside of the dam one more time with the D4, just kind of make sure we don't have any big ruts back here, hold water for tomorrow's rain, and go from there. I will be glad when this hole is full of water and I do not have to see the bottom of this thing ever again. And if anybody ever bids on dredging this pond out, I hope they see this video, because they are going to be in for one miserable time 20 years from now. Whew, this is one you're gonna have mud mats on to get out. You're not gonna do it like we did the last one with the dozer. That is for sure. Anyways, enough yakking. Let's go. You guys can see out there with the sun in our eyes here, but it's not the nice, clean, crisp job you're used to seeing from us on any of these lakes and pond jobs. And I'm telling you guys, it's an absolute miracle. It looks that good. This hole has been, it has been a fight. It has been a headache. It has been all the above. We pretty much got the bottom of it done as it's gonna get. It'll look really good when it's got water in it, let's put it that way. Last thing we got to clean up here a little bit is this is that edge where we pulled all that back this morning. We were kind of hoping the sun would beat on it, dry it out a little bit, maybe make it easier to push around this afternoon. And I don't know, somehow it's managed to get wetter. I don't know how that worked out. So I'm gonna go down through here with the track hole. The rush is, we got possibly a couple inches of rain coming tomorrow. So basically, if this floods, we're good. We ain't got to pump water out. We ain't got to deal with water. We're just trying to get everything up and out of here on the ground. After this rain comes through here tomorrow, I think I mentioned it, we got almost a week of really nice weather, so we can afford to let this dry out for a day or two, and then come back in and finish around the top, finish around the house. We're probably just going to get it ready for winter, and then in the spring when things really dry out, we'll come in here and power rake it and get it ready for seed and straw. Jerry's going to take the D4 up. He's going to go up around the house up there where we pushed all that mud up there earlier. Just try to get all that capped off. I'll tell you what would be handy right now if I had it, it's the SRS tilt bucket. It's just down the road at the house. It'd be pretty quick to go get it, but we are running out of time. If you guys want a timestamp on when this is being done, today is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and I got family Thanksgiving this evening, and rush. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna finish pulling this back. If it's still daylight, I will get you a shot here. I'll tell you what I think I'm gonna do more than that is I'm hoping I can come in here. I haven't got a drone shot of this since we started, which I think would be a pretty big difference. Well, if nothing else after the rain, maybe Friday I'll come up here and get a drone shot so you guys can see what it looks like from the air now. But man, I cannot describe how much. I'm pretty sure about any normal person would have probably just gave up on this pond and went home. But by golly, we got her built. And if it don't hold water, I don't know what we're gonna do, because as aggravating as this material is, it's some of the best material you can have to build a pond out of. And if we gotta fill this mud hole back in, that's not going to be any fun at all. So anyways, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of dress this up with a bucket. That way we don't have any big ruts that hold water or cause us any problems. Work my way over to those dozers. Whew, we're gonna call it. Well, there it is from the top of the dam at the end of the day, guys. It looks pretty doggone good for the conditions. It don't look as good as I like, but for the conditions we got, it looks absolutely amazing. Right in the backside of the dam, man, it's pretty good. That dries out a little bit more. Pyrex will take care of that. Inside of the dam is ready for water. That's the main thing, especially with the weather coming and this time of the year. If it rains down, this starts filling up with water. It's not that big of a deal because all of our work is up and above. We still got quite a bit more to do here. We obviously got to get an overflow in yet. We got to get the yard finished. Got to get this little section of dam polished up just a little bit, but that'll all have to be at another time. We're going to end this video with a drone flight in. That way we can kind of compare what it looked like when we started and where we're at now. So I'm going to get the old man to quit over, and we're gonna call it a day. Like I said, guys, a couple of drone shots to finish this one out. This is the first day we were here on the job. You can see Jerry's just starting to get the topsoil stripped up there to start pushing dirt up around the house. I apologize I didn't get more drone shots. The weather was just not in our favor, but as we swing into the house, we'll turn around and back out. And this is the Friday after Thanksgiving, so 2 days after the first last clip on this last video was filmed. And you guys can definitely see we've got the septic area avoided there, and the lake slash pond, whatever you guys want to call it, is definitely starting to take a shape. So it's coming together. Like I said, this one has just been an absolute fight, but I'm going to swing around here from a different perspective and kind of come down. I think this one here kind of shows a little better scale of the overall job, and you guys can obviously see the extra water down there in the pond from the rain we had. But here we'll drop down past the trees here and kind of make a little trip around the water's edge a little bit. Definitely still got some polishing up to do, still got the overflow to do, still got some work to do here, but like I said, the bulk of the work is done. This one has been a fight, and it's going to be right at a 2-acre lake with close to, I'd say it's going to average 7.5, 8 feet of water, definitely close to 10 foot deep in that one end. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give her a big thumbs up, definitely helps the channel. If you want to make sure you don't miss out on what happens next, consider subscribing. Either way, guys, hope we catch you on the next one.